Good morning, everybody. What's good? It's your boy Mark and MUFC fan. How you doing, guys? Big up to all of you coming in. Hope you're well and having a great start to your day. Big up to all of you. It's your boy Mark and it's going to be a short one this morning. Having a little bit of an allergic reaction, as you can see. So I'll not highlight it too much because I'm feeling a little bit sensitive about the issue at the moment, guys. But big up to all of you coming in. Let's talk about it. Three major points this morning, guys. Football is back after the international break. Can Man United turn things around? I would say yes. The second point we're going to be talking about today, guys, is you know what are your thoughts on the current rebuild, the progression? Do you think that the players we bought are in line with us improving the squad based on player profiles going forward? And thirdly, the impact that Mr. Armstrong is going to have, the former chief executive of, finances coming from PSG to join Manchester United. What is he going to do? You know what I mean? Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. Hope you're having a great morning. It's your boy Mark N, and we're here. Big up to everyone coming in, guys. How are you feeling? What's good? What's going on? Let me know in the comments, guys. I know I'm a little bit late this morning, but at the same time, I'm here. Big up to you guys. Why so early, bro? I'm on time. I'm on time. I'm on time, bro. I'm on time. Big up to you guys, coming in. And, I just wanted to give my thoughts and you'll hear what you guys are thinking about in the comments as well. Big up to Rasta Stocks coming in and he's saying, I like the rebuild, just gotta trust the process. I understand why he says that because we did get this new regime in the building and they have been doing some pretty good business over the summer. We have all applauded their performance in the sales and the players they brought into the club. And that's a very interesting thing. In my honest opinion, I would say it's one of the best transfer windows that we've had in almost a decade. I don't know if anyone will agree with me in the comments, but I think it was very interesting, guys. 100%. Big up to Jim Watkins. Big up to Elite Baller as well. Big up to you guys coming in. You know what I mean? Big up to Ray Carl Brown. And that's why, you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying, guys? I look at it from this perspective that, everything is not going to go right. And if it does happen that Ten Hag is not the right manager for the job, then so be it. At the end of the day, we finally have a structure in place that are footballing mind, footballing savvy people, guys that can do a job, guys that make the decisions because they want to win on the pitch, not just make all the big bucks. You know what I mean? It's not no longer about the marketing, it's about the performance on the pitch as well, guys. So I think when we look at the perspective of how things are happening right now, it looks to me that with that we're covered. And as fans, we could finally have a little bit of appreciation for good business being done and the probability of a bright future at with a beginning that came this summer, really and truly, because this is when they put their foot down. They decided to back the manager. They brought in quite a bit of players. We know we had £50 million initially, but spent somewhere in the region of £110 million net because we had a sale of £84 million in terms of players leaving, which was one of the hugest, recoupment of funds in the Man United transfer window in just about 6 years. So it's a very interesting situation, guys. And to be honest, I'm happy. I'm content with the way the window went. I think it was better than my initial expectation. And of course, I would have liked to had one or two free agents come in as well. But that would have been icings on the cake, in my honest opinion. And it's something that for me, I look for and say, bro, we were you took the words right out of my mouth, Rasta. We were long overdue for a rebuild and a brand new structure that was footballing oriented. And we got that. There's no need to be doom and gloom, stressed out, frustrated, thinking where are we going from here? Because these guys know. The likes of Omar Barada. I did a video about Omar Barada some months ago, but a lot of people didn't know that, they that my channel existed by then because I probably had like 2 subscribers. And at the time, I don't think much people watched it, but I highlighted some key points about Omar Barada that I think a lot of people don't know. And Omar Barada for the last decade has been following Manchester United very closely. And when I say very closely, he's been so far has been, if you go to his X or his LinkedIn profile, You would see 10 years ago, he was commenting on, his considerations and deliberations and analysis of Manchester United and their performance over the years, and not just their performance, but the way they were being run. And it would seem to me when I saw that, I felt like this was a guy that was always considering what he could do if he was in the position as a Manchester United boss. How could he improve the club? And that's 10 years, guys. That's a decade. You know what I mean? Now he's finally the manager. Don't you think he's gonna know exactly what he should be doing, how to make our club better, how to get it back to winning ways? Guys, I think Man City was just an audition for this guy. You know what I mean? And you have the likes of Dan Ashworth, you have the likes of Jason, the likes of Christopher Favell, you have the new sport and the new assistant coaches that came in. You also have this guy who's coming in from PSG, their former, one of their former, marketing execs that did with a lot of the money that they brought into the club. He worked very well with those things. You know what I mean? And Mr. Armstrong is coming into United now, so I'm looking at it like 100% positive situation that we're gonna have. Of course, we would have liked to have a better start to the season, but in the same situation, I look at it like sometimes progress is not always linear. You will have bumps, you will have a little bit of, you might face some adversity along the way. And facing adversity doesn't mean you should quit. For me, it means that, maybe you're doing the right thing and you need to keep pushing. Rasta is saying, I did some research on our CEO. That guy's cutthroat and a keen eye for business. I like it. 100%, bro. 100%. You know what I mean? And in order for all what they're doing now for us to see effects, it's not going to really show the amazing, the real effects of what they did now. We're going to see that next season, the season after. We're going to see that going forward. The way they handled the transfer window was pretty amazing, in my honest opinion. I look at it from a perspective of, they really did a really good job in the transfer window. They took their time. They did most of the business on their terms, which means that they have plans to fix everything. Did I watch Rio Ferdinand and Ronaldo's interview about Man United? Yeah, I did, bro. And that's the second point we're going to talk about this morning. I don't know what your thoughts is, but from when I watched it, I felt like Ronaldo spoke the truth, the 100% raw. You know what I mean? He is right. We needed a squad rebuild for years. We needed to change in a major way. And I think what we are doing now is something that Ronaldo could look at and say, this is good. Maybe he didn't like Ten Hag's comments when Ten Hag said, we are not ready for the season. The team is not prepared. But I think he went a little bit, in his personal opinion that the manager should have not said that, which is cool. And that's fine. Anyone could disagree with the manager. We are not ready to win the league right now. You know what I mean? At the league, the Premier League title. At the same time, I could agree with Ronaldo. Always have the statement that United is going to win trophies. And at the same time, when I look at it from my perspective as a fan, I love this club. I've been through a charmed life as a teenager, as a young kid, from as young as 5 years old, watching Manchester United growing up. We didn't always win initially, but then we started winning consistently. I always had the big belly bollocks when I walked into school on a morning because United won the weekend. United won. Sometimes, you're down to the last 10 minutes, you're down 2 goals, and then Ronaldo walks on the pitch like against Everton, guys. And you know what happened? We scored one and he came on. We ended up winning that game 3-2. Manchester United. Yo, you know what guys, it's an interesting situation, right? And last season was pretty much over, right? And to be fair, I'll be honest, the team is not ready. And the manager still, and I don't know if you guys pay attention to this, but but in every press conference he says he wants to win. We want to compete for everything. So saying that the team is not ready, but then also saying that he wants to compete for everything and win, he's contradicting himself. And that's a good contradiction to have because while you could state the reality, the goal is to win. So I don't totally disagree with Ten Hag's assessment as well because I didn't think we're ready to compete for the league this season, anyways. So if he answers honestly, fine. If he says that, I'm agreeable because that's the truth. I see it with my eyes. But before each game press conferences, when he has the pressers that we cover, that I cover every time there's a presser, he always says we want to compete, we want to win. You know what I mean? So I think if we look at the one statement there and we look at what he's consistently said over the course of his tenure as a coach, he always says he wants to win. He wants to compete for everything. So yeah. So Brendan, I kind of disagree with saying that the season is pretty much over when a manager says the club isn't ready. It sets the tone. At the time, players have to prove him wrong. My man, bro. Before I became a manager myself, I was a worker. A regular employee, working my way through. Trying to make waves, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? And from my experience, if my manager says he don't think we could accomplish a task in a set time, at the same time, my goal is to accomplish the task in less time, and I will work towards that. You know what I mean? I think that's a way to motivate the team. And I think if the players have drive, they will think like the way I think. You know what I mean? Nah, bro, it's like a fat person saying that they want to lose weight. What do you mean? If they want to, they could go to the gym. They have to take action. You know what I mean? They can't sit down there and wait. No one can. No matter what position you're in. It's not about, bro, if somebody says I'm not good enough, I will prove to them that I'm better than they ever thought or imagined I could be. That's the way how I think. I don't know if everyone else thinks like that. I don't know how different that is for some people, but for me, you know what I mean? Even Marcus Rashford said it himself. Although he didn't execute it well, he said, "You can like me if you want, you can hate me if you want, better yet." The only thing with Marcus Rashford is he didn't put in the work to deliver, at the end of that statement. Because the better yet would have been him getting 20 plus GA last season and sticking it to everybody and laughing, having the last laugh. But, bro, the reality. Good morning, Jim Watkins. Big up to you, bro. Rasta Sock says the only thing that needs to change at the club, other than the ownership, that needs to leave for good. Yeah, bro, I agree with that 100%. You know what I mean? Yeah, talk is cheap, Brendan. 100%, bro. Like, I look at it from a perspective where you have to put you as an individual. You can't blame anything that happened to you on someone else. I mean, it's true. Sometimes it might be someone's intent to make you fail. But bro, you can't sit down and lie down because of that. You can't stay down because of that. If you fall, you get back up. You know what I mean? It's like simple. If you trip while walking on the street, you're not going to walk. You're not going to stay on the ground and crawl. You're going to get back up, dust yourself off, and continue walking. Stick your chin up even higher. You know what I mean? Because sometimes in life you make mistakes or you face some obstacles, and it could derail you guys. You know what I mean? Big up to Jim Watkins, bro. Hope you're well. Big up, race to the shops and smashed it back for your stream. Thank you, my bro. Big up to you all the way down under. Big up, broski. And you know what I'm saying, guys. This big up to Jarvis, bro. Morning, buddy. How you doing, bro? Bro, I don't have to think. If you had the time, bro, let me know. I will. I could try to run and drop the link. My laptop is all the way there, connected to a monitor, bro. So I can't really. I'm using my phone. But big up to you. And I understand. I totally agree with some of the criticism, of course. You know what I mean? Even though I'm a Ten Hag fan, it's not about Ten Hag, it's about Manchester United at the end of the day. That's the way I look at it. And my standards for players, exactly. Jamie Vardy is the example of what I'm saying, but many players don't have that minute. Brendan, bro, 100%, bro. You know what I mean? And I think that's a standard we should have for every single player walking into this club. I kind of resonate with Anthony because his mentality, his attitude is kind of screamed to me that he has that never say die in him. It's just his output hasn't been there last season. He could never say die throughout the extreme mental strain as last season. Big up to Jarvis, bro. Hope you have a great day, bro. Big up to you, brother. You know what I mean? So yeah, oh yeah. By the way, Jarvis, I think I will be in Norway. I think somewhere between the 11th and the 20th. Not no, I'll be in Aalborg. You know what I mean? Going to check on my bro. I think around the 11th to the 20th. Good morning, Sanjay. What's los, bro? Alles good? Big up to you, bro, coming in. And you know what, bro? You know what, guys? It's an interesting situation when you look at what's happening right now with the terms of the squad. Like they have it all on to do. And I think that's the best situation. Now, we haven't performed well in the last two games. I would say, you know, the Brighton game was a hard loss. I would say the last game was kind of embarrassing. That really disappointed everyone, including myself. As much as I'm optimistic, I was really down watching that defeat. And at the same time, I still think we could turn things around. And I think so because if I look at the first three games, we created consistently, you know, multiple chances, big chances in all the games. We consistently maintained higher possession levels in all the games. You know, sure, we did concede three goals, but the shot per game concession by United's defense has gotten large. Is a smaller number than, you know, so much smaller number than last season that it's bearable. We're not talking about how many shots we're conceding at the moment. You understand? Yeah, big up, bro. I have an IG. Is at Elite Football Talks TV. Big up to you, bro. You know, big up to Stephanie Griffith in the chat. Big up to everyone coming in. Big up to you, Stephanie. Hope you're well. Yeah, guys. So, you know, when I look at it, I feel like, you know, it's a little bit too soon. I think three games is not enough sample size for us to say the season is over. I think big up to you, Brendan. I think, you know, in the sense that, you know, I understand the reaction to the loss against Liverpool. They also have a new manager who, in my honest opinion, he largely plays the same style as Klopp, just a little bit slower, which for me would be a lot easier for a team that's been playing in a system for, you know, the most part, let's say for the players that are there, 4 to 5 seasons. You know what I mean? I think it's something that would have been much easier to do than a team that's converting from playing counter-attacking football for the last 8 years to possession-based football in the last two. You know what I mean? I think that's a lot of different situations. Players have, you know, everyone has habits. You know what I mean? And if a player has a habit of doing something over the last 5, 6 years, changing that in 1 or 2 seasons could be difficult for some. You know, I think we have to also remember that the manager could be making tactical adjustments, but the execution could also be bad. You know what I mean? So not trying to take away blame from the manager, but I'm saying, you know, we need to look at it from all angles. We can't just look at it, you know, because the easiest man to look at always is the face, and that's the manager currently. You know what I mean? Big up to Jim Watkins. Come on, people, smash the likes like Man United will smash Southampton, and subscribe to Mark's channel. Big up to you, broski. You know, Brendan is coming in. I honestly don't care about the loss to Liverpool. I see it as a game that we can learn from. I'm just bored with all the fans always finding a fault. And yeah, bro. Big up to Tony Claude Gunner, bro. Hope you're well. I know this weekend is a tough one for you, bro. I will be checking out your videos this week. You know, I know it's gonna be tough. You're missing some key players injured and stuff like that. But you know what? I expect you to do well still. I expect you to do well. As I expect Man United to get in and, you know, do some numbers in the game against Southampton. I'm not one of those fans that is fearful about the game. I don't think we need to be worried too much yet. Southampton did have decent performances in their first three games, but on the level of where Man United is performing right now, I think facing Liverpool was, yeah, just like Brendan said, a game we could learn from. We did create chances, but it highlighted our lack of clinicality. You know what I mean? And I think if United could get their clinicality on check, although we have a young attacking line, you know what I mean? Garnacho, you know, Hoyland, these guys, you know, these Ahmad, these guys are 22 and under. You know, the other two guys are 23, Anthony and Xerxes. And the real senior is Marcus Rashford, and he needs to step up. If he can step up, guys, it can change. Because as the senior player, if he can step up and take some of the pressure off the rest of the attacking line, this season it could help the other guys develop and get themselves more comfortable in front of goal because they're all thinking it's on them to score. And someone needs to step to the front and say, listen, I'm gonna lead. You guys chip in. You know what I mean? And that's literally how a team works. You know what I mean? Like I think Tony might not be too stressed about this weekend because he has some players that he could fall back on, even though he's in the London Derby and some of his favorite players might not be starting of some injuries. So I would say it the same way. May not have as deep a squad on paper, you know, but we have more fit players, and some of the players are, Maybe not match fit, but they should be after playing, 2 games in a row in this international break. So when I look at United and what's possible right now, I'm a bit positive because I think, we can achieve something. And it will take some time, but I do think we can win some games and pick up a run, get some confidence in this team, and maybe, just maybe, end up in top four. It's a long way off though. It's 3 games from 38. There are 35 Premier League games left. I think there's lots for this team to improve and lots for them to do for fans to surprise them going forward. Big up to Jim Watkins coming in. People saying Eric Ten Hag out after 3 games with a new owner on and board. It's so easy to point fingers. Ferguson took years to establish a winning team and a winning formula. That's 100% true. I know a lot of people don't like the comparisons to Alex Ferguson. I try to stay away from that, but at the same time, it's a fact. Ferguson's first few seasons, he didn't win anything. He finished ninth, 11th, sixth, second, and something else, but he didn't really win anything. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Ten Hag is better. I'm not saying Ten Hag is equal, but what I'm saying is that sometimes patience is the right choice we should make. You know what I mean? Big up to Stephanie, big up to Tony Gunner, my brother, bro. Big up to you, bro. Always and always, bro. I always tune into your streams every time. You know what I mean? Some these days I've been having a little bit of an allergic reaction, so I haven't been chatting too much in the comments, but I've been there listening. Big up to Kazimia coming in. Hope you're well, bro. 15 likes, 25 watching. Let's get to 21, guys. That's a good number. If you play the lotto in the Caribbean, 21, they refer it as mouth. Big up. Someone who talks a lot. Maybe like me. You never know. You know what I mean? Big up to Brendan Watkins, Jim Watkins, and Brendan Chappelle again. Brendan is saying Mark Robin saved SAF with his goal in the FA Cup. 100%. You know what I mean? I can't remember that goal clearly, but I remember the moment, to be fair. And I was really young back then, like really, really young. You know what I mean? My uncle was always a Manchester fan. You know what I mean? My cousin was a huge, huge Napoli fan because, of course, he worshipped Diego Maradona. So it's a thing. It's a thing. Jimmy is coming in saying, and Lee Martin for winning the FA Cup as well. Yeah, big up to that. So it's one of those things, guys. We have to have. I think this is the one true time as fans we are allowed to have a little bit of patience. You know what I mean? The structure is structuring. It's the first time in a long time we've had so many people who have done amazing things and are football minded. You look at the guy that just came in. We just got our set piece coach 3 weeks ago. Before that, we got a goalkeeping coach, whose specialty in playing out from the back. We got a defensive and midfield coach in Rennie Hacker. We got Ruud van Nistelrooy to coach the attack as well. And Ten Hag. We got a dream team. A dream team, guys. You know what I mean? Dream team structure, dream team coaching staff. You know what I mean? There's still changes to come. We could be a little patient. I know we want to see the victories. I know, guys. Trust me, I know. And I want to win every game as well. But maybe, just maybe, if we're a little bit patient, let's say give it until Christmas at least then we could say we've seen enough, we've heard enough, and we want change. And if not, we might be saying, you know what? Yeah, maybe Mark was talking something there. Maybe having patience was the right way. You know what I mean? Big up to Mark Hughes as well. Pass to Mark Robbins for that goal. It was special, says Stephanie Griffith coming in there. Big up for Mark Hughes. Mark is a good guy. You know what I mean? Usually, any guy named Mark, it's a good guy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They come up big. They come up big in the big moments. What can I say? What can I say? But guys, this weekend, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do the match preview. I think I'm gonna do it maybe at midday today at 1 p.m. UK. I will be live. I know I wasn't the last couple days, but I will be there. Noah, I don't disagree with you, brother. If that's your opinion that you think you will get sacked in 3 months, then that's cool. And I think you're right to have that opinion. Because you see what you see and I see what I see. And that's nothing wrong. That doesn't mean I'm seeing anything better than you or you're seeing anything better than me. We're just seeing different things. At the same time, bro, we could all agree that we both want Man United to win and be the best team in the world. And the situation is just that. You know what I mean, brother? Nothing changes. We're still buddies, still friends. You just disagree on some things. Big up to Garnacho in the building. 17 likes, guys. Let's keep it coming. Let's smash it up. Let's see if Anthony can come up big. You know what I mean? You never know. That Mark Hughes goal in Rotterdam, think about it. You know what I mean? It probably rocked the city. Big up. You know what I mean, Brendan? Guys, you remember all these amazing moments, bro. That's amazing. It's amazing when you talk about it, and it's almost like I could see it in my head happening, playing out when I read the comments, guys. It's interesting. Jim Watkins is saying, Mark, I believe we will win titles. I don't know when, but as fans, I have to keep believing. We have to have high standards. It will take some time. That's a fact. I don't think anyone in the chat or anyone has low standards. I just think the way they measure success is just slightly different on a spectrum. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to say my standards are higher than Noah's or Jim's or Brendan's or Stephanie's. I'm not saying that any day. I would never be right in saying that because Jimmy could have the highest standards in the building. He could be, he have the most patience, or he could be the least patient. But at the same time, we all have the same standards because we've all seen it. We've all seen the wins, the last moments. We've seen the drive of the players. We've seen players give their all and run through brick walls past the 90 minutes. We've all seen it. We are Man United fans. It's what we watch. It's what we do. You know what I mean? I would go so far to say, guys, if you only know the impact United has had on my life. From watching Man United as a young man growing up, that never say die attitude has always stuck with me. You know what I mean? Like I would never give up. I'm one of those people in life that will never give up. Never. It doesn't matter. The odds could be what. I would never give up. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. And I feel like we have a manager that kind of embodies that never say die attitude. Of course, I don't think he's happy with the way things are going. Of course, he's made some mistakes as he would. Everyone makes mistakes. Klopp has made mistakes. Pep has made mistakes. And if you want to ask me why I'm saying that, well, Pep's only won one UCL at Man City in 7 years. How is that not a mistake? You know what I mean? If he's the greatest manager alive and his football is so amazing, how come you only won one UCL? Crazy, right? I know, I know. I just think that, guys, it's one of those things where we have to build from somewhere. And right now, this team is a work in progress. It's not really set in stone yet. So it's not like a foundation has been set. They're still laying the lines. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm too patient. Maybe I'm too patient. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure if I'm right at all. Because you know what? Last season, before the first game kicked off, I said we're gonna lose 10 Premier League games for the least. We ended up losing 14. And while we did, I was like mad at myself for saying that, but I just had that vibe. And this season is largely different. This season, I think we're gonna do amazing. Not when I say amazing, much better than we did last season. Definitely finishing in the top five. Definitely going to the final of the Europa League. Probably defending the FA Cup as well. And this is how I feel. I can't change that. But I know how I felt last season. You know what I mean? I know how I felt the first season Ten Hag came in. The moment he came in, he signed. I was like, top four is on. We're getting UCL this season. Nothing. I saw nothing else that made me believe that, other than the fact that I really wanted this manager, and I thought he was a great coach. You know what I mean? And this is why I said what I said. But I'm not sitting here saying, well, he's an idiot. He's tactically inept or anything like that, because I can't believe that. He's had success as a manager. So I'm not gonna say that. What I'm gonna say is that maybe he's get some things wrong. Maybe also the players are not translating his directions, exactly how he wants it. It could be both ways. They could both be doing mad things. But at the end of the day, we're not there yet. And I did agree with some points that Ronaldo made. And the major points for me that Ronaldo made was that we needed to rebuild this squad. We needed to change. We needed to upgrade. We needed to repair. We need to build a better environment at United. And this is why I'm trusting the structure, because they're doing just that. You know what I mean? Guys, we're getting a brand new training facility by the beginning, I think it's by the end of February or March. We're gonna have a brand new facility, a brand new Carrington, right? We're getting brand new medical facilities and equipment, probably new staff as well. We have a brand new coaching staff that we never had. We just got a brand new coaching staff for the first time since Jose left. That was more than 5 years ago. We just changed the coaches who helped the coaches to coaches who actually coach that style of play. Because the first 2 seasons of Eric Ten Hag, he wasn't allowed to bring those coaches to the club. He was having to use the same coaches who coached under Ollie, who, for me, they don't know how to play attacking, possessive attacking football. They don't know that. They know how to play a counter-attacking football. So it's largely it's one of those things, guys, where we have to look at it from a both-sided perspective. We can't just say some of these players we think they're great, right? When some of them have never played attacking expansive football in their careers. It's weird. You know what I mean? It's really weird. Big up to Rasta Sox. Real Madrid is always there. Yeah, bro. But you know what I mean. Then Carlo Ancelotti has to be better than Pep, bro, because he's the coach of Madrid. You know what I'm saying? Another point I want to make, Mark, says Jim Watkins, a true fan sticks with the team through thick and thin, good times and bad, from beginning to end. Some fans jump bandwagons. Now, while I could agree with that statement, Jim, I'm not gonna say that thick and thin for some people is on a measured stick, my brother. You know what I mean? Some people have requirements. They have certain thing points that they need fulfilled before they could go through that kind of thick and thin as you're talking about. But when I decided to back Manchester United, man, I can tell you guys, I was never changing my mind. You know what I mean? And I'm willing to be patient because I've seen us win. And I know what it takes for us to win. We need to have players that are willing to run hard, sweat, blood, and tears, right? Every game before we can even say we want to compete. Because the basic for tactics to work is high performance levels. And if you don't have high performance levels, how are the tactics going to work? You know what I mean? Big up to Hayden coming in. I believe Ten Hag is the second coming. He's a top manager and he will open everybody's eyes. Yo, that's a big statement, Hayden. That's a huge statement. Now, I do back the manager and I hope for him to succeed as well. I think United is going to surprise everyone this season. And that has been my thoughts since the summer, especially after the transfer window. Big up to Irfan, my brother. Hope you're well. Good morning to Stephanie and Jim. And the chat says, Irfan, hope everybody is well. Big up to Adeyeri, he says, hi, Mark. How are you? Jordan Lukaku moved to Newcastle, and now Jonathan David to sign for Newcastle. Big up to Ray. Big up, bro. Big up, bro. You know what I mean? Not a Newcastle fan, but you know what? It would be nice to see you guys a bit competitive. I'm pretty much curious about how Newcastle is going to evolve under the leadership of Saudi Arabia, their new owners. I think it's going to be an interesting situation and dynamic for the Premier League. I just hope Man United get their ducks in a row before, because you know what? It's going to get very competitive, guys. This is the kind of things that dreams are made of for football fans. A league where every single team is super competitive and it's like a dogfight. You know what I mean? And the best team wins. And anyone is the best we can hope for as fans. But our team needs to get to that point. You know what I mean, guys? And what are your thoughts on Armstrong coming in? As you know, he was a representative at PSG. He conducted, those, the proportional, he's a finance guy, really good at it as well. I think the impact in Manchester United, I think he's coming in to help us sell well, and deal with the logistics of the debt and all these things and help us plan or spend for transfer windows and player sales. And I think this is something that's going to further improve Man United. And if you could look at all these amazing things, knowing that all these guys have an amazing background in football for top footballing clubs, how can you be frustrated with the situation after 3 games? You should be more calm and collected than anything else, because these guys are not going to stand for nonsense. They're going to stand on business. That's the way I see it, guys. You know what I mean? I will be honest, put my hands up and said I never wanted Ineos. You know what I mean? But what Ineos has done since they came has impressed me. It should have impressed everyone. They've done a really good job, in getting the right people in place to help us move forward, and take giant strides. But first, we're gonna have to take baby steps. You know what I mean? Big up to Jim Watkins. Big up to Irfan. We must remember that our rival fans fear our rise, and journalists can only be relevant by being negative about United. ETH saying we are not title or UCL challenge is valid, but it will happen. 100%. Big up to you. Manchester is a red. High 35 cent. Big up to you, broski. Hope you're well. Jim Watkins also want every team to play under the same financial fair play rules. If City does not get punished and relegated, it could set a trend for other teams to follow suit. Well, guys, there's some reports that United could be getting a point deduction because we hit the limit of FFP. You know what I mean? And if United gets a point deduction, fellas, bro, I'm telling you now, you will be hearing me screaming on my lungs about it on a stream. Because what I can say is that all the little fish are getting chopped up for their little errors. Clubs like Everton, and stuff like that. But what about the big boys? You know what I mean? The boys who paid who loaned money to the government, stuff like that. Well, their owners did, but you know what I mean. Not their owners, but the relatives of their owners. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Things need to happen, guys. We need to see a little bit more transparency. I think hopefully VAR is going to take over. That automatic offside should be coming online this weekend, and I'm looking forward to see that impact because that's going to take away a lot of the rubbish calls from some of the referees in the Premier League as well. Manchester United is saying in 2022, United fans were saying Ten Hag is perfect for Manchester United. Bro, no, bro, the laptop hasn't been I haven't got it back from repairs yet, bro. So yeah. You know what I mean? The other one that the screen broke. I have it connected to a monitor in another room. You know what I mean? Because that's where the monitor is that I could use. To be fair, big up. You know what I mean? Show me a company or an organization which have invested hectically in restructuring and closed its doors, not being successful. It's highly unlikely. All we need is patience and trusting the process. Big up to Irfan for that comment. That's 100% true, guys. Guys, don't forget, please, if you have the time, share it around. Smash a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. The road to 10K is on. We are marching there, just like the Manchester United Red Devil fans when we're marching to Old Trafford. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Big up. Big up to you guys, though. Thank you so much for all the support over the past couple months. I can't do it without you guys, and I have to say thank you because you guys always being here to keep me company makes it so much fun. It gives me the inspiration to come on here every morning, every day, and try to I'm just bringing some of the news coming out, giving my views, listening to you guys, interacting. And the real thing is, I always want to hear what you guys think about it because I never think I'm right about most things. I always think it's just my opinion and I could be wrong because at the end of the day, I think, yeah, someone could always have a better opinion than mine. And it's really nice that you guys are always here, coming in the comments, talking about the stuff because sometimes I learn things from you guys and, I have different perspectives by the time I'm finished my stream. And I just wanted to say thank you guys. Big up to you guys. No matter what, says Jim Watkins, if you're a Man City, Liverpool, Man United, even us, Chelsea, Arsenal, or Tottenham, big teams or small teams should all play under the same rules. Otherwise, the punishment fits the crime. 100%. Fair play rules always. Rasta Stocks is saying, I hope they get the new VAR because we got a lot of unfair goals against us. 100%, broski. Manchester's already saying, give bonus in contact to players so they play good to get their bonus, but we don't have to worry to bonus to the players who won't perform. Nothing is easy for us. 100% agreed there. I used to think that was the way contracts worked, but there was a period of time in the last 10 years where agents got super powerful in football, and that changed the dynamic of contracts from being super competitive to being more lavish. And I think it didn't bode well. But for some players who keep their performance levels up at that 8.5 out of 10 on average year in, year out, because there are players who do that, power to them and they deserve the big wages. I would never say some of the players don't deserve big wages, but the ones who are super inconsistent, they deserve to have their contracts altered in a performance-based situation. And I think that's natural. How many depth we lift in the FPL? Bro, we have a lot of debt, bro. We still are in debt, nearly three-quarters of a billion, maybe five, maybe 7/8 of a billion, to be fair. I think it's something like 794 million pounds. And that's gonna be a situation crazy. Yeah, that's a good idea. Give a 500K bonus. I mean, 500K? I don't know. I think these guys earn that in 2 weeks, most of them, you know what I mean? But anyway, at the same time, possibly could be interesting. They could do that. They possibly are doing that, you know what I mean? With this new structure that came in, I think they're going to move to performance-based contracts. I think a lot of players who have big contracts are, and even Bruno's contract, I think, is performance-based, the new one that he received. And I think Marcus Rashford and some of the guys, even Anthony, they might have adjustments coming to their contract right now. So it's going to be one of those things where players are going to have their contracts adjusted, and players might be moved on based on the fact that if they want to adjust it or if they disagree. I think it's a lot going to change in the next coming months. United's form one of those things. We're going to go up, up, up. And of course, some players, I think the starting 11 might change somewhat. I think by Christmas, we might have two or three players in that starting 11 that we didn't expect to be starters. And that's just my vibe. But guys, again, big up to all of you. I've got to go. You know what I mean? I got to go get some rest. I have to take some antibiotics and stuff. But we will be back at 1 p.m., guys, for you know what I mean, the match preview against Southampton. Come in, join me, smash a like, share it along, help the channel grow, guys. It's your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan. It's my pleasure to be here with you every morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Big up to each and every one of you. Jim Watkins, Manchester is a red. Big up to you, Rasta Stocks, as well. Brendan Chappelle, my brother. Irfan Devro, big up to you guys as well. Big up to Stephanie Griffith coming in. Adeyeri Kagir, big up to you, broski. Big up to Hayden Pro as well. Big up, big up, big up to Jim Watkins for always being here, bro. Big up to you. Big up to Jimmy, though, as well. Jimmy Thomas, big up to you, brother. Big up to Tony Claude Gulla in the building. Got some legends in the chat. Big up to Tony Claude. Big up to you, broski. Hope you're well. Hope you have a great day, my bro. Big up to Elite Brawler in the building as well, and Ray Carl Brown. Guys, if you haven't caught me live, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And you know what? Have a great day. Be safe out there. Drive safely if you're on the roads. Look left and right before crossing. You know what I mean? Stay healthy and, take care of yourselves, guys. The world is it's a difficult place to live in. It's getting a little bit drastic out there sometimes. The weather is not so great. And of course, you can't always account that everyone else will be doing the right thing. So watch out for yourselves and keep yourselves safe, guys. You know what I mean? I pray for you guys, and I hope all you guys are well. And thank you to you, Jim Watkins, as well. Big up to you, and I hope you guys have a great evening. And I will see you guys in a few hours. Bye. Bye for now, guys.
Baby.